are you all? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome to tonight's Bible decoding. Tonight's verse is a very good one. It is a very good one because most people think the reason why Jesus came back or Jesus came to heaven or was sent down here, so they would say, is because there was something wrong with us. We were unworthy. And tonight we're going to decode that slowly and understand it from a different perspective. So, thank you for being here. I'm grateful. Tonight I'm not looking to debate your theology, debate your belief, or change your beliefs. I'm simply here to open your mind to new perspectives. So take what resonate, and leave the rest in love. I'm happy to be here, guys. We are on day 15. Excuse me. Day 15 with 16 days left. How are y'all feeling with this week coming to an end? How are you all feeling tonight? And let me know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. With 1 minute and 22 seconds in, I hope I wasn't talking to myself. Welcome. I'm excited about tonight's verse, John 3:17. This verse was taught from a fear-based perspective. I can tell you because I remember the verse being taught. I remember it. I'm a pastor. I'm a preacher's kid. So a lot of these things, after reading them again, I remembered what they made me feel, how they made me feel. I remember. Welcome in. How is your week going so far? Hi, Francine. Glad you are here. Thank you for being here. I am super grateful. Thank you. How's your week going so far, Francine? How has your week gone so far? Tonight we are decoding Bible verse John 3:17. We're basically going to slow it down and hear it from a different perspective because this verse was more taught on a fear-based theory. It was taught, Jesus was saying here because there was something wrong with us. Good, awesome, amazing, glad to hear it. This verse was taught, I can remember being taught to me as something fearful. It was something to be feared. That is why Jesus came back here, because we were shameless. We were unworthy. So Jesus came back here to help us redeem ourselves. But that's actually not what the case was. We were suffering like we are now. Some of us are suffering. The world is suffering. We'll put it like that. And Jesus was sent to bring them back to their awareness, bring them back to their power within. Not because they were unworthy. Jesus was not coming here to condemn anyone. He was coming here because he was a higher being, a higher evolved being. He was coming here to remind us of who we are and what power we possess. He wanted us to remember. So for that verse is, for God did not send the Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. There was nothing wrong with us. Absolutely nothing wrong with us. We had simply forgotten, and that was the purpose of us forgetting anyway. So in order for us to remember who we are, we had to forget who we weren't, who we were not. That's just the way it goes, and that's just what this verse is pointing out to us. It wasn't pointing out to us that we were unworthy, that we were full of sin, and we needed to repent. No, it was simply Jesus came back here through this verse, in this verse, what this verse is saying, to remind us of who we are, to bring us back into awareness. To bring us back into awareness and the power that we truly possess within. I don't know how many times Jesus said, the Father and I are one. The same powers, the greatness that he does, we shall do more and greater. Okay? I don't know if that missed us or if that slipped us or however it was taught to us. It slipped us. Many of us. And it took a while for me to understand a lot of these Bible verses and going back and looking to them in more of a metaphysical way, more internal than external. Because anything external is I see in my reality is based off of what I see, what's going on in here internally. That's it, and that's all. There's no other way around it. So that God in this verse, obviously, it represents source, life, truth, love. That's what it represents. And the sun represents the divine awareness, higher conscious, Christ consciousness. Because we have Christ consciousness. We just forget. We just forgot. That's it. That's it. Truth was not introduced to shame us, to scare us, or label us as broken. It wasn't. Awareness is what came to wake us up, not tear us down. Jesus came back here to remind us of who we are and what power we possess. And it's time for us to reclaim that power and stop condemning ourselves over the past. Stop condemning ourselves over the things that's happening to us right now, and we're blaming ourselves for them. The only thing that we are suffering from is misalignment. We are not aligned. And I won't even say we, but most of the world is not aligned, and they're missing out. They're missing out, but look, listen. Everything happens in its own divine timing. Everything happens is divine timing. Because when Jesus came back, you think he saved everyone? No. Or we still wouldn't be sleepwalking. We still wouldn't be unconscious if that was the case. There are plenty of people that's here right now sharing the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to bring awareness to others, to shift other spirits, to shake them up and bring them back into that awareness, that consciousness, that Christ consciousness. So that is exactly what this verse was explaining to us. Jesus didn't come back because we were unworthy. He came back to remind us of the power we possess. He came back to shift an awareness in us that it was time so that all of the suffering would stop. So that people could finally have their desires be met. Peace, love, prosperity, wealth, healthiness. Because during that time and even now, people were suffering big time, very unhappy. And it's because they forgot who they were. They forgot who they were. They forgot that awareness wasn't alive in them. It was sleeping. Period. It was sleeping. And I don't know what distractions were happening to them in their days, but I know right here, right now, we have a lot of distractions with the news, social media, politics, religion. All of those, whether you like it or not, are distractions. They are distractions. They create division, and there's power in numbers. But those particular categories, they create division. And they have us all scattered, all about the world, and divided into different religions, into different races, into different cultures, into different politics and everything and so forth. And it does nothing more than create division. And Jesus came back to remind us that that is not who we are. We are one. And in order for us to reclaim our power collectively and have the world mirror that, we would have to do that part together. But now individually we can work on our own awareness. We can work on our own Christ consciousness. You know how we do that? I tell you every day. Pick up those books, journal. Pick up those books and read, and take out time and be still. Rest. Put away the devices. Turn off the distractions. Avoid as many people you can, because at this point in time, they're not serving you. And if they are, great. But if they're not helping you evolve and remember who you are, then it's time to take some time to rest and separate yourselves from them so you can individually bring yourself back to that consciousness that is needed. That consciousness that is needed in order for you yourself to become aware again, to be aligned. Like I tell you all the time, if we watch what's around us, what's going on around us in regards to nature and not the news, we'll see how we're supposed to be moving. And we'll move accordingly in order for our lives to take the shape and the presence that we actually desire. In order for that love that we seek, that peace that we seek, that prosperity that we seek to actually find its way into our reality. And there's a lot of channels on YouTube there's a lot of people who speak this right here, right now on YouTube. Because we are in a shift right now. We are living in a shift right now where awareness has become a huge part of our lives. And if you're paying attention to the right thing, you will know this. and not paying attention to what's going on around you in the world. Because it's nothing more than a distraction. It was put there on purpose to distract you, whether you like it or not. Those things were put there on earth to distract you. They were put there in social media, on the news, to distract you from who you are, to distract you from becoming the higher version of yourself. And what do? We pay attention to what doesn't serve us 24/7. And that's what this verse is saying. That is why God sends Jesus back to remind us, hey, it is time to reclaim your power. It is time to reclaim your power. Step back into remembrance, awareness, alignment. Because without it, all you're going to do is produce more and more of what you do not want, or what you do not desire here on earth. And that's not what we came here for. We came back here to remember. We came back here for our purpose, for a purpose. Whatever contract we wrote before we touched here in this realm is what we came back to do. Like it or like it not. And I know this sounds woo-woo-y and all over the place, but let me tell you, it's not. This is exactly what it is. Hey, Christine, how are you? How are you? So if you're just joining us, we are decoding the Bible verse John 3:17. And the verse is basically saying, for God did not send the Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. It wasn't condemn here in this verse. It wasn't unworthiness. It wasn't that. Jesus wasn't coming back because we were unworthy and we needed help. No, he was coming back to bring us back into the higher forms of ourselves, the higher versions of ourselves. He was coming back to remind us of who we are. He was coming back to remind us of alignment. He was coming back. Hi, Kaden. He was coming back to remind us of awareness. That's what he was coming back for. To remind us of the power we possess right now. That's it. And a lot of us got it backwards, thinking that we were sin. There's no bear in the back. And a lot of us got it backwards, thinking that we were unworthy, that Jesus only returned here to save us from ourselves. No, he was coming here to remind us of ourselves and of the power we possess. Okay? Not because that condemnation where we like to condemn ourselves, that fear-based teaching, that's what we were taught. That's fear-based teaching. We were taught that. Trust me, I know. And it's not their fault. They knew no better because that's what they were taught. But it's time to change that. It's time to change that because it doesn't serve us. That fear-based teaching does not serve us. Please, let it go. Somebody asked me the other day, I should speak this in church? I would get kicked out, but I would love to. Honestly, I would love to at least have a conversation with a bunch of these pastors and let them know, stop teaching this fear-based teaching. Because it doesn't serve us and it's holding us back. It's holding us back from reclaiming our power, reclaiming who we are. Oh, why? See? All right, that's not what we're here to do. I just wanted to show it to you because you asked. But yeah, at this point in time, that's what this verse is pointing out to us. That's what this verse is pointing out to us, that it's time for us to reclaim our power. And it was through Christ's consciousness, that we all live within us. It lives within us, not outside of us. It lives within us. To conquer that and use that to better ourselves. That's it and that's all. Like there's not even much that I'm gonna be able to talk to about this for tonight, but this is what I wanted to tell you. That's what this verse is talking about. Stop condemning ourselves. Stop allowing this conditioning, because it's done on purpose. This conditioning to hold us back, because this is what's holding us back. It's holding us back. Whether you like it or not, it's holding us back. This fear-based teaching is holding us back. We think it's actually serving us, but it's not. And I ask you to go seek the knowledge. Don't listen. Don't take my word for it. I don't want you to do what you do when you go to church or you read your Bibles or you listen to what other people tell you. Don't just take my word for it. Go and do the research. And that don't take you going to read a book. Sometimes it takes you going to be quiet and meditating and listening to what you believe and let it resonate with you and your truth. It doesn't always have to come from someone else. It's within you. Trust me. The truth that you're seeking The love, the support, everything that you're seeking comes from you first. It's already there. Nothing is missing. You just forgot it. That's it. Plain and simple. Everything that you desire in this world, you already have. You just forgot. And I know it sounds weird. And I know it sounds woo-woo-y. But it's yours already. You just have to claim it back, align with it, embody it, and manifest it. Because it's going to show up. Once you embody it, once you align with it, it's already done. It's already yours. That's it. All you need to do is remember. That's it. That's it. And I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you, go meditate. Sit down. Be quiet. Do the work. Most people don't want to do the work. They like that instant gratification. They don't want to do the work. Same thing when it comes to our bodies. Our bodies is sick. We refuse to fast. We refuse to fast and let our bodies heal from all of the toxins and all of the bullcrap that we put into it. So we'll go and take the shot, or we'll go and do surgery, or we'll go do that instead of doing the work, the hard work, the work that needs to be done. It's only hard if you're not aligned with it. Because if you're aligned with it, trust me, it's going to happen effortlessly. It's going to happen with ease. Once you accept it and you let the body know it's safe, look, listen, and you embody it, it's easy. It comes effortlessly. Trust me, I fasted for 15 days with no solids. I had to align with that first. And I wasn't hungry. I had to align with that first. I wasn't just going to get up and say, look, I'm fasting today and just do it. That's not how that works. My mind, body, spirit, and soul has to all be on the same plane. You have to all be on the same level. We have to accept it. It has to be accepted through all three planes in order for it to flow effortlessly. That's just it. And it can be done. It can absolutely be done. All right? It's nothing hard about it. If you tell yourself that it's hard, then guess what? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. The words that we use are spells. And they create especially when we have emotions and feelings behind us, they create our reality. They create what we see. And how we feel internally is exactly what we will see externally. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. And I'm not going to keep you guys, I'm not going to keep you too long tonight. I know it's almost the end of the week and everybody's had a long week already. I hope it's been sometime in the week that you sat with yourself and let yourself think. And come off the phones. And it's like every time I'm driving and I see people on their phones, it's like even while you're driving, you're distracted. Can you not see that? You can't even focus while you're driving. You're so distracted by social media or what's going on. None of that's important. I'm telling you, do the work. Take a fast from the phones. Take a break. Nobody wants to do that work because they feel like they're missing out on something. I promise you, you're not. The only thing you're missing out is on that alignment. That's what you're missing out on. You're missing out on the awareness. You're missing out on your intuition because you're too distracted by what's going on externally. So whatever you're watching externally is what you're feeling internally. And it's going to show. It's going to show in your work. It's going to show in your lives. It's going to show in your relationships. It's inevitable. There's no way around it. Do the work. Do the work and align with the work. Don't just go and do it because you know what to do. Don't just go and do it because that's why it doesn't stick. And that's why it feels confusing. Take the time out to journal, meditate, pray, and sit with yourselves quietly. Because that's the only way it's going to reveal yourself to you. If you don't want to put down the phone and fast and detox and clean your system out and clean your mind out and read, because that's another one. Reading is definitely fundamental. I know they said this to us a lot growing up, but it has helped me big time. I've had books that actually given me that I've had a paradigm shift from. And I talk about this book a lot, but Outwitting the Devil, that book right there just opened up all doors, all type of doors for me. All type of doors for me. Give it a read. It's by Napoleon Hill. It's a really good book. It's an exceptional book. If y'all don't have any questions, I just came on here tonight to let you know that. That's what Jesus came here to do, to help us, bring us back into awareness. And that's what my mission is. That's what my calling is, to do what I can to bring billions of people back remembering who they are, remembering what power they possess. And that's just it. I love you all. I'm not going to keep you any longer. If you don't have any questions, I will see you tomorrow. And you guys have an exceptional evening. Later.